Well, good afternoon, guys. Welcome along to our Zoom at noon session. We've got our descending intervals today. You will have received your confirmation email with the session structure on the email, but I will take you through that in just a moment's time. It's great to see so many faces again. For those who I haven't met before, my name's Darryl Preston. I'm going to be taking you through this session. So for some of you, you may have a reroad from last Friday. Please feel free to pop that in your PM5, or you may be working with Erg Data or Erg Zone, for example, and you may have already set it up. But for those who don't or are just joining the session now, let me take you through it. So please press menu, select workout, new workout, intervals, intervals variable. We're going to be working with time today. So our first interval will be 10 minutes, and there'll be a 3-minute rest time. So pop 10 minutes into the monitor, use your cursor across for a 3-minute rest time, please. 10 and 3. That will take us through our stroke construction. It'll give us a sample or flavor of the stroke rates we'll work with in our training blocks, and then we'll have a 3-minute stretch. Press tick. Our next interval is also time. Press time. It will be 16 minutes. With 1 minute 30 rest time. 16 minutes with 1 minute 30 rest time. Pop that in the monitor. Then please press tick. Your next interval is also time. Press time. It will be 12 minutes with your 1 minute 30 rest. Please pop that on the monitor. When you've done that, please press tick. Your third training block or your next interval will also be time. Press time. It will be 8 minutes with 1 minute 30 rest. Please press tick. Then your final work interval or training block 4 will also be time. Press time. It will just be 4 minutes with your 1 minute 30 rest. Please press tick. And then your final interval is your cool down of 6 minutes. Press time, 6 minutes. You can leave that 1 minute 30 rest or you can remove it, doesn't matter, but we'll be doing stretches at that time. Please press tick, and then we'll press no more intervals. So we should be ready to get started. So full crew with our feet in our toe straps today. We have our descending intervals. I'll give you some more information as we go through the warm-up. But for now, we're starting at back stops with arms only, core connected, slight lean back. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, row on, arms only, go. So once again, welcome along to this Friday Zoom at noon. Looking forward to taking you through your 4 training blocks or your descending intervals. What will be descending is your time in each interval. The stroke rate will actually increase. Our splits will also come down. But for now, it's all about constructing our stroke, warming up, getting us ready for the training blocks that we've got set up for you today. So fingers are soft, thumbs are up. Rather than wrapping them around those handles, that just creates tension. Shoulders are down and the core is connected. Consistency of hand heights to the base of the chest. As we start to build the stroke, full crew, next stroke at body rock, go. So shoulders stay square, head stays up. We keep those hand heights consistent. Now that we've had our body rock, I like to talk about it as a positive body rock. Remember, the torso connects the levers of the legs and the arms. And they're essential to that rowing stroke, essential to adding power, and essential for connecting the core, stabilizing through the lumbar spine. So I have a little lift of the arm to the front edge, shoulders stay down. As I construct my stroke, over the first 6 minutes, of this 10-minute warm-up plus 3 minutes of stretches. Always looking for consistency of stroke rate throughout each of these sections. Pull through, next stroke, quarter slide, go. So now we've got the first feel of our foot plate as we push the knees down on quarter slide. Keeping that connection with our core as we construct our stroke. Consistency of hand heights, once again, shoulders stay down. I still have that little lift of the arms at the front end. If I was out on the water, spread my blades would then drop in. Ready for that drive. But I'm keeping it consistent with my hand heights, drawing them into the base of the chest. Pull through, next stroke, half slide, go. So once again, consistency of hand heights. Increasing the length of our stroke. As we build the stroke, keeping that body rock positive, shoulder square, head in neutral. I'm going to slow it down to around stroke rate 22. Keeping that consistency of stroke on half slide and heights. We're going to continue to build the stroke in this warm-up. Full through. Next stroke, 3/4 slide, go. So I'm going to ask you for 3/4 slide on stroke rate 20 only. Plenty of time to work with higher stroke rates today. So 3/4 slide, stroke rate 20, core connected. Driving the knees down. Lengthen the arms. Holding my stroke rate 20, it's stroke rate at 3/4 slide. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Sitting it up tall. Pull through, next stroke, full slide, drop 2, go. Stroke rate 18, please. Giving it some purpose. Pressing off the foot plates. And holding that stroke rate down at 18. Four different stroke rates will feature in today's training blocks. 1 stroke rate per training block. That will be the steady state component. But for now, stroke rate 18 on full slide. Pull through, next stroke, up 2, go. Stroke rate 20, please. Stroke rate 20 will feature in training block 1 for 16 minutes. So now we're just looking for 1 minute, stroke rate 20 on full slide as we work our way through our warm-up today. We're looking to increase the heart rate now. Slight change in the breathing pattern. We start to feel warmer. And we sit on stroke rate 20. Keeping the length in the arms, nice and long. Fingers soft and relaxed over the handles. Pull through. Next stroke up to stroke rate 22, go. Always find that extra rate off the foot plate. Sharper with the knees down, quick with the hands away. My shoulders stay relaxed. Square, level and even. My head stays in neutral. Really important, particularly as you get a little fatigue in the body. Head might start to loll to the right or to the left. I saw some youngsters yesterday at the end of a piece with their head down looking at the bottom of the boat. We don't want that on the erg or in the boat. Pull through. Next stroke up to go. Stroke rate 24. Sharper with the knees down. Heart rate climbing again. Nice long arms. Shoulders forward at the hips until the knees are down. Then you can open out. Keeping a lid on that stroke rate 24. Relax through the shoulders. Pull through. Next stroke. Up to go. Stroke rate 26. Sharp with the knees down. Core connected. Positive body rock over. Stroke rate 26, which will feature in training block 4. Shoulders stay relaxed. Lift the arms to the front end. Compress, then dry. Easy on. Handles are down. Feet are on top of the toe straps. Sit tall, grow out of the hips. Forward flexion at the hips, reaching forward. Avoid collapsing the upper body. We want that extension through the upper body as we go into our hamstring stretch. If you've just joined us and you haven't set up your monitor yet, I will take you through that in a few moments' time. Sitting up tall, everybody, right foot is on the floor. Gently rotate around to the right-hand side. As we remobilize or mobilize, activate, increase the range of motion through the spine and the hips. Back to center, really helps with that rock over. If we've got mobility through the hips. And we come back to center. Hands are on the thighs, core is drawn in, push the heels down, hips up, roll up, rebuild the spine. Slowly, 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 vertebrae by vertebrae. Then I will ask you to go into a standing quad stretch, just here. You need to set the monitor up. Now is your time to do that. Press menu, select workout, new workout, intervals, intervals variable, other leg, everybody else. Please set up 16 minutes with 1 minute 30 rest time if you're setting up your monitor. Let's cross this leg over, everybody else. Press tick. Set up time again, 12 minutes with 1 minute 30 rest time. Change legs, everybody else. Press tick. Then time once again, it will be 8 minutes with 1 minute 30 rest. Press tick. Come down to the floor, everybody, your flexor stretch. Then your next interval is also time. It will be 4 minutes with 1 minute 30 rest. 4 training blocks, 16 minutes, 12 minutes, 8 minutes, 4 minutes, all with 1 minute 30 rest. Other side, please. Once you put all of those in, please press tick and no more intervals, but I will then take you through a 6 minute cool down and some stretches. Okay, we have 30 seconds before we start training block 1. Training block 1 will be steady state stroke rate 20. The stroke rate will not change. Once we've completed the first 75%, we will then, which will be 12 minutes, we will then shave a couple of seconds off that split, just a little more firm on the drive, and that will be your split for training block 2. Are you ready? Full through, from front stops, 3, 2, 1, row. Stroke rate 20. Steady state. Let's not rush that slide. All of that work you did in the warm-up, constructing the stroke, put it into place now. Fingertips soft around the front of the handles. Think of the hand heights as you draw it in. The base of the chest. And we hold it steady state at stroke rate 20, please. So a full 16-minute training block. All at stroke rate 20. But the last 4 minutes, we'll shave a couple of seconds off the split that you've now decided to sit on. Little lift of the hands, pull the arms to the front end. Nice compression, then drive away. Just checking in with your core to make sure you do have a positive body rock over. Connection with the core and throughout the whole stroke, not just at the catch, not just as you come forward up the slide. As we hold stroke rate 20 at steady state. I like to keep the hands moving. So whatever your goals are today, if they're based around your splits, they are your splits, nobody else's. You're just competing against yourself. It could be around the number of meters you complete today. Once again, personal to you. There's no need to compare to anybody else. It's your session. I provide the structure. You guys provide the intensity or the power on the drive. For some of you, you want to use this as your base training for your on-water rowing. For others, it's just to come together to work. Whatever your reason, it's good enough for me. As we continue on at stroke rate 20. Nice, steady state. Lengthen the arms. Hopefully settled in well. Remember, there's a lot of work to do yet. As we settle into this steady state at stroke rate 20. A nice solid drive off the foot plate. and first 4 minutes of this 16-minute training block are done. Good news. All in, stroke rate 20. Checking back in with your core, please. And getting into your zone. It's amazing how quiet the room goes when you get in that zone. Eyes on the erg. Sequencing in place. Keeping a lid on stroke rate 20. As we carve up another minute. I'm hoping you're feeling good just now. In your zone. That's stroke rate 20. Keeping a lid on it. Sitting it tall. Shoulders square. Level and even. Head in neutral. Nice and relax in the shoulders. Taking no tension. Melting away the minutes. That's stroke rate 20. If you've settled in on a split, keep the lid on it. That was for my benefit as much as yours. Keeping a lid on stroke rate 20. Try not to get rushy at the front end. Enjoy the compression. Then the drive. Then lift of the arm to the front. Keep it all connected. Checking back in with your core. Checking with the length of arms. Checking in with your sequencing. Keeping a lid on stroke rate 20. Holding it at 20. Keep that focus, please. As you roll through the halfway mark of training block 1. Keep the intensity on your split. Keep the lid on it. And that flywheel's just humming along nicely. Keeps on spinning. Hands keep moving. Sitting tall. Staying in that zone. Stroke rate 20, 7 minutes more. Maintaining that power application. Keeping the shoulders down, folks. Don't look good as earrings. Consistency of hand heights. As you draw the handle in, base of the chest. And stroke rate 20, of course, stays in place. As we roll through the 10-minute mark, 6 remain. Keeping it quiet through those shoulders, heads quietly in neutral. All the power is happening down below. The positive body rock. Holding at stroke rate 20 on this split that you settled into in training block 1 at 4. Keeping it in your zone. So we have just over 4 minutes 20 at stroke rate 20. But at the 4-minute mark that remains, we'll shave a couple of seconds off that split. A little firmer on the drive. No quicker on the slide. Next stroke, firmer pressure go. Find that new split. That's stroke rate 20. And hold it there for this next 4 minutes. Making every stroke count. Connecting with your core. Positive body rock over. Looking good, crew. Looking relaxed through the shoulders. That power application down below the legs. And stay soft. 3 minutes remain. That's stroke rate 20. I'm going to leave you in your zone. Check back in with you when there's 2 minutes to go. Unless I see that stroke rate creep up, keep a lid on it. 2 minutes remain, stroke rate 20. Keep it firm on the legs. Stay in your zone. Nice work, crew. One minute remains, stroke rate 20 on that new split. You'll carry this split into training block 2. Stroke rate 20 remains. Stay with that stroke rate 20 for 20 seconds. Easy off. Training block 1 is done. Well done, folks. You have 1 minute 30 of rest. Stand up, sit down, row on, have a stretch, take on plenty of fluids. It's your 1 minute 30. Use it in the way that's best for you. Let's have a little look around our screen. Steve and Tina, good. Denise. All right, Adrian's with us again. Well done, Judy. Looking good, Carol. All right, so it's nice to have these familiar faces. This Friday lunchtime. We have 36 seconds or so until training block number 2, which will be at stroke rate 22. You'll pick it up on that new split that you just worked towards. In training block 1, of course, this training block 2, is 12 minutes long at stroke rate 22. That's your steady state component. It's non-negotiable. Your split is, are you ready? Coming forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Row, stroke rate 22. Straight on it. Sitting on that split. Check in with your hand heights. And it's on the legs. That's stroke rate 22. In training block 2. We should be sitting on that split now that we finished on. That's stroke rate 22. Come on, let's make that flywheel hum. Check in with the hand heights. Consistency of stroke rate. Hopefully feeling good. You're back on it. So we'll have 9 minutes of this split at stroke rate 22. Final 3 minutes, stroke rate 22, shaving a couple of seconds off your split. Checking in with that sequencing of your stroke. Little lift of the arms at the front end. Nice compression. Then drive away. Keeping the arms long. First 3 minutes done. 25% done. That's stroke rate 22 in training block 2. Holding that rate at 22. Keeping a lid on your split as well. That you've had a conversation with yourself about. You've decided you're going to drive through, maintain this first 9 minutes before pushing through it for the last 3. At stroke rate 22. Checking in with your hand heights. Soft fingers. Little lift of the arms to the front end. Then drive away. Hopefully you should be feeling good. You're right where you want to be. And stroke rate 22 remains in place. Keep that rhythmical breathing pattern working for you. And we've got a lid on stroke rate 22. As we row through the halfway mark of training block 2. That's stroke rate 22. Maintaining that stroke rate at 22. Whilst keeping a lid on your split that you decided to work with. Personal to you, no one else. Looking good, crew. As you rode through this 7-minute mark with 5 to go, in training block 2 of 4. Keeping it on stroke rate 22. Nice compression at the front. Little lift, then drive back. Keeping a lid on that right. Keeping a lid on your split. Come on, stay focused. 8 minutes done, 4 remain. What training block 2 of 4? Come on, in your zone, crew. As one squad, drive away. All together, driving the boat on, send it away. Holding stroke rate 22. Next stroke, firmer pressure, go. Hold the rate. Shave that split for this final 3 minutes. Keeping your sequencing in place. Keeping a lid on it, crew. Two minutes remain. Stroke rate 22 with firmer pressure. Keeping the shoulder square, head in neutral. Power through the legs. Torso is strong throughout the entire stroke. In your zone. That's stroke rate 22. For the last minute. I can smell the focus, come on. I can feel it. Keep a lid on the rate. Right through the line. It always makes a difference. Well done, everybody. 2 training blocks are done. Have some stretches, have a drink. Those meters are mounting up. Training blocks are falling. So our next training block will be 8 minutes in duration at stroke rate 24 on your new split, please. In 1 minute's time, you may want to have a stretch. Please go ahead. If you want to stand up and walk around, it's your 1 minute 30 rest time. So hopefully you're feeling good. You're not carrying any niggles. They're looking around the screen. I think at our age, most of us have got niggles that we'll have forever. Is that right? If we're waiting for them to go away, we'd never row again. Is that true or false? All right. So we have 30 seconds. Purely speaking on behalf of myself, of course. All right. Let's buckle up. One final slurp. We have 8 minutes stroke rate 24. We're making every stroke count, technically. We're coming forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, row. Stroke rate 24, 8 minutes. Starting in on stroke rate 24. Focus on that power application. Head in neutral, arms along. We've settled in on that new split from training block 2. Now that we're in training block 3 or 4. Stroke rate 24 remains in place. Keep a lid on 24. Come on, support your stroke person. Support them with consistency of hand height, of slide speed, the recovery up the slide. Two minutes done, 6 remain in training block 3. That's stroke rate 24. Keep me on that rate, please. Shoulders are down. And hopefully, we're feeling good, right? We've got this stroke rate 24 in training block 3 or 4. 3 minutes done, 5 remain. Keeping it on the right. Sitting on that new split that you work towards. It's your split, you earned it. Keeping that consistency, crew. As you row through the halfway mark, training block 3, that's stroke rate 24. Keeping it tall, connect it with your core, shoulders are down. Keep that focus. Come on. Full through on stroke rate 24. Keep your commitment. Holding the rate. Keep a lid on it. Come on, keep that focus. Looking good. As a crew, come on. Shall we? Let's hold stroke rate 24. Shave a couple of splits. Go. Firm the pressure. Making every stroke count. That's stroke rate 24. Keep your focus, folks. Holding the stroke rate at 24. Keeping the power switched on. Final minute, training block 3 of 4. Keep that connection with your core all the way throughout the stroke. No wobble at the front end. 12 strokes remain. Right through the line. There it is. Good job. Our first 3 training blocks are done. Good work. We have one more training block left. Stroke rate 26 for 4 minutes. You've set up a new split. That's what you'll head out at. Let's have a little look around. Judy's in the TARDIS. Michael's with us. Looking good, folks. How's Jeff doing? So good? Good man. All right, we have 30 seconds or so, or just, until that final 4-minute piece at stroke rate 26. And who doesn't love stroke rate 26, right? We're going to get into a nice rhythm, get in your zone for the first 3 minutes, and then you can empty out your legs in the last minute at stroke rate 26. I'll be watching. Full crew. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Stroke rate 26. On your new split. In training block 4. Keeping a lid on the stroke rate at 26. Keep all that lovely sequencing in place. Compression, try. Lift the arm to the front end, shoulders down. Consistency of stroke at 26. Keep that connection with your core throughout the entire stroke. Hands keep moving. Two minutes done, 2 remain. Training block 4. That's good news, Michael. Keeping that connection at the front end and all the way through your stroke. At stroke rate 26. As we approach the final minutes, next stroke, burn pressure 26, go. Flywheel is sinking. Keep your focus. Right through the line. Easy all. Good job. Nice work. Oh, we have 1 minute 30. Just to gloat in our own glory for a moment before we complete our stroke deconstruction and our cool down over a 6-minute piece, starting at stroke rate 20. And then we'll go into some stretches. So if you can stay for the stretches, please stay, your body will thank you. So I'm hoping that everybody achieved their own individual goals. You may have done a little better. Surprise yourself by making it all the way to the end today. Particularly if it's been a long week of training, a lot of hard work. But we're just getting warmed up for the weekend sessions.
I thought that last one was 6, so that was a nice surprise.
So, are you ready for our 6-minute stroke deconstruction? In 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, stroke rate 21, go. Stroke rate 20. Deconstructing our stroke. Check in with your technique. We would like to put positive strokes into our muscle memory bank. We're still on full slide. Full turn. Next stroke, 3/4 slide, go. Make every stroke count. Shoulders down. Fingers soft. 3/4 slide. Pressing away from that foot plate. Heels connected through the plate. Keeping it at 3/4. Full curve. Next stroke. Half slide. Go. Maintaining our focus. Eyes on the erg. At half slide. Keeping it consistent, keeping it steady state. Holding half slide. Full curve, next stroke, 1/4 slide, go. As we continue to deconstruct our stroke for our cool down, I'd like to be able to return you to a better resting state than when you came into the session. Feeling smug for getting your erg done today. That's always a good part of your resting state when you leave. Keeping my sequencing in place, keeping my hand heights in place. Next stroke, arms and bodies only, go. Lengthen through those hamstrings. Let the lower back lengthen out. Head stays in neutral, shoulders stay square. Consistent hand heights. To draw them in. Putting those positive strokes into your muscle memory bank. Finishing where we'd like to start up next time. Full through, next stroke, arms only, go. We've got that slight lean back, we're connected with our core. Consistency of hand heights. Keeping that focus on the earth. "25 seconds remain with arms only. And then we'll have our key stretches to finish our session completely. Please stay if you've got the time to complete those stretches. Easy on. Feet are on top of the toe straps. I'm now going to ask you to sit tall, grow out of the hips, inhale, exhale, forward flexion from the hips. Keep the extension through the upper body as the hands come to rest over the soles of the shoes. Then we lengthen through our hamstrings, let the lower back lengthen out. The longer we stay here, we breathe in, we breathe out. On that exhalation, we should be able to get a little deeper into that stretch, get a little bit more out of it. And reconnect with your core to sit up, please. Right foot on the floor, left foot stays in the stretcher. Rotate around to the right-hand side gently to remobilize the spine. Keep the shoulders square for me and you're sitting upright. I get a little bit of movement there in your lower back, the pelvis. Come back to center. Swap the feet over. Other side, please. And back to center. Once again, hands on the floor. Core is in, hands on thighs. Push the heels down, hips up. Slowly, slowly, slowly rebuild your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, one at a time. It's your Pilates moment as you rebuild that spine slowly. Head comes up last. And then I'll ask you for a quad stretch. Put us up behind, please. Make it an active stretch. Push the foot down into the hand. Get more out of your quad stretch here. Core is in. And the other side, please. Put us up behind. And then I'll ask you to cross that foot over in front, sitting it down. Open out the front of the hips, opening out here. Standing glute stretch. And swap it to the other side, please. Balance there, core is in, shoulders stay square, sitting it down. And then I'm going to ask you to drop down to the floor, please, for your hip flexor stretch. Gently pressing forward through the hips, shoulders square, hips square. Your hip flexors will appreciate it, and so too with your lower back, particularly your QL, quadratus lumborum. Two little muscles that have to balance out the big, strong hip flexors. And the other side, please. Swap it over. Of course, there's a lot more stretches you can do, but for today, this will get us through. Just for now. Of course, Lucy Hart has a whole stretch session on Zoom Ergos for you. And easy there, everybody. So no matter what you choose to do this afternoon, I hope you have a great afternoon. Thank you for joining us at Zoom Ergos today, whether you're doing this live or whether you're doing this as a part of our library. I hope to see you all again soon. Thanks for joining me again. All those people who have been following me over the last 8 months or so. But I will see you next Friday afternoon to Zoom at noon, Ergos. So have a great weekend. If you're going out on the water, make every stroke count. See you soon, folks.
Bye, Darryl. Have a good day.
Bye, Darryl.
Thank you.
Yes. See you later. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Darryl. Cheers.
Thanks,
my pleasure.
Thank you.
Many thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Take
Darryl.
care. See you, Judy. Bye,
Great stuff.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.